नमस्ते स्टूडेंट्स, खुश रहो बेटियों। आई जेवन डॉक्टर नरेंद्र सिंह शेखावत, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ शल्य तंत्र, फैकल्टी ऑफ आयुर्वेदिक साइंस, ज्योति विद्यापीठ वुमेन्स यूनिवर्सिटी। In previous class, we discussed about pyloric stenosis part first, means definition of pyloric stenosis, causes of pyloric stenosis, and images of pyloric stenosis, and incidence of pyloric stenosis. In consequence, today we discuss about pathophysiology of pyloric stenosis. What is the pathophysiology of pyloric stenosis? The gastric outlets obstruct due to the hypertrophic pyloric impairs emptying of gastric contents into duodenum. As a consequence, all ingested food and gastric secretion can only exist via vomiting, which can be a projectile nature. As I told you earlier, that is a projectile vomiting non-bilirubin. Persistent vomiting results in loss of stomach acid. The chloride loss result in a low blood chloride, low blood chloride, blood chloride level, which impairs the kidney's ability to excrete bicarbonate. This is the significant factor that prevents correction of the alkalosis. The vomited material does not contain bile because the pyloric obstruction prevents entry of duodenal contents into the stomach, as I told earlier. A secondary hyperaldosteronism develops due to the decreased blood volume. The high aldosterone level causes the kidney to avidly retain sodium and excretes increased amount of potassium into the urine. Thus, the body compensatory response to the metabolic alkalosis is hyperventilation, resulting an elevated arterial PCO2, means oxygenated PCO2. Clinical manifestation or symptoms. Sign of pyloric stenosis usually appears within 3 to 5 weeks after birth. Pyloric stenosis is rare in babies older than 3 months. Sign and symptoms include vomiting after feeding, persistent hunger, stomach contractions, dehydration, change in bowel movements, weight problems, olive-shaped mass. This is called pyloric at angle between right rectus muscles and liver. Now, the medical management or treatment. Infantile pyloric stenosis is typically managed by surgery. Very few cases are mild enough to be treated medically. The danger of pyloric stenosis comes from the dehydration and electronic disturbance rather than the underlying problem itself. Therefore, the baby must be initially stabilized by correcting the dehydration and the abnormally high blood pH seen in combination with low chloride levels with IV fluid. This can usually be accomplished in about 24 to 48 hours. Intravenous and oral atropine may be used to treat pyloric stenosis. It has a success rate of 85 to 89 compared to nearby 100% of pylorectomy. However, it requires prolonged hospitalization, skilled nursing, and carefully follow up during treatment. It might It might be an alternative to surgery in children who have contraindication for anesthesia or surgery, or in children whose parents do not want surgery. The surgical management. Laparoscopic pylorectomy. This is the surgical management. Fred Ramstead pylorectomy. You can see this is the Fred Ramstead pylorectomy. This, these are two. These two are the surgical intervention for pyloric stenosis. First one is laparoscopic pyloromyotomy, and second one is Fred Ramstead pyloromyotomy. This is all about the pyloric stenosis. Okay, students, clear? This session is powered by Digital Session 2.0 Jyoti Vidya University, Jaipur. Hope hope you are understand. I hope you are satisfied with this session. If you have any doubts and queries, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it soon. Thank you.